There was a man who was traveling home from a long and difficult journey. Here was a dangerous path. He got lost several times, but soon he stumbled upon a peculiar place. He stumbled into a bar, and there he decided to stop and have a drink. Well, I say a drink. It it turned out to be several drinks. He did not stop drinking. It might have been a huge problem if he did not. Oh dear. Yep, there he goes. This will. Oh dear. No, no, you should not. That is very 3% lemon juice. That is not. Oh, no, don't sugar. Oh no.
I figured out what it means to find myself. It took 5 years. 5 years of traveling, hoping to find some meaning, discover who I am. I think I finally did it. Finding yourself means knowing who you are, what you want to do, accepting the fact that you won't always know what to do. And I've done that. I found myself. I know who I am. I'm me. I know what I want to do. I want to help others. And I know that I won't always know what to do if I accidentally bring the screwdriver to a hammer convention. I also learned that you really shouldn't inhale air when you're trying to take a drink. And that's something I learned today. But hey, I suppose that's part of my identity. I learn every day. Some people who never figure out who they are. Oh, there definitely are. These are the people who are chasing the latest fads and trends. Are the people who don't know where to start in life, too afraid to. I used to be like that. I really did. And then I met a man on my journeys. His name was Bob. Bob's important because I mentioned the hammer convention, the screwdriver. Bob was a builder. Bob was the builder. He could build anything like there's no tomorrow. But you know what Bob had? Power. Control. It was all connected to the fact that his identity, he was a builder. Bob was a great man. He knew how to help people. People were completely loyal to him. He had so much power because he was known to be a good man. People were loyal to him. If he told them to do something, they would do it. They relied on him to fix their problems, and he could do it. I, if he had asked the entire town to go overthrow a government, they would have. Because they trusted him intrinsically. Because he was someone who did something for them. There's another man who's just as important to the story as Bob. His name was Robert. Robert was very similar to Bob, except he used the power around him for evil. Oh, I guess I can't say evil. It was what he thought was right. He believed that what he was doing was good. And it was good. To himself, at least. See, Robert... He had just as much influence as Bob did. And he used it to control people. People trusted him because he did things that they want, so they'd do things that he wanted. He took complete advantage of that. He was the sole mayor of the town. You'd thought Bob the Builder might have been how much people liked him, but no. Robert was. And it wasn't fun. There was nothing wrong with the laws he made. It just, you got the impression that he made some of these laws, like, oh, well, you all have to go to church on Sunday to satisfy him. You could be thrown in jail for not doing that. That was his decree. What he said went. His word was law. And Bob the Builder and Robert are the same person. Your identity doesn't just have to be good, or it doesn't just have to be evil. Identity is a very complex thing. I mentioned how I found myself. Well, there's a story. I decided I would not become like Bob the Builder or like Robert. I decided that I didn't want control over others. I wanted control over myself. And that's what it took to find out who's me. Me is having control over myself. It might not always look like that. I mean, I know very much that I'm just not in control of myself sometimes. And that's okay. What you might think, but you just said, oh, you want control over yourself, don't you? And I do. And I have it, and no, I can't always have control. I have power over myself to fix anything. Anything that I do is my mistake, and I can fix it. I set out from that village after living there for 5 years, working in the pizza place. Power over people didn't appeal to me. Power over myself did. Because Robert the Builder used control over other people to control himself. He couldn't control himself. You'd find him out in the bar pretty much every night. He didn't have a limit. He relied on other people to tell him his limit. One night, nobody told him to stop, and he drank And he drank. And he drank. And that's why I say he was a good man. He drank himself to death in one night. Good. What defines good? Was he a good man? Yes, because he found himself. He found his own identity. Was Robert, his other self, a good man? Yes, because he knew himself and how to control himself and things around him. It would be weird if I said that Bob didn't know how to control himself and Robert did. He died as Bob the Builder. He didn't die as Robert. Nobody in town saw him as anything other than a hero. Everything he did, I left while they were putting up his statue. Before I go my separate way out of this bar, I have one more person to tell you about. He was a person who'd never found himself. The person who... he never found himself. He died a fool. He was also in the same village as Robert the Builder. I don't remember his actual name. I'll assign him one. We'll say his name was Keith. That's actually a good idiot name, because Keith was an idiot. He was a fool. You know how he died? He was trying to be a bird. He jumped off a mountain, trying to fly, trying to be a bird, trying to be something he wasn't. Trying to be something you're not. Those are the people who don't find their identity. I tried to be Bob when I first met him. And I had tried to be like my dad before he passed away from drinking. But I wasn't either of them. I'm me. And I'll always be me. Anyways, I best be going now. It's late. I have to be off. I said my journey was done with traveling. What it is, I'm headed back home. This bar isn't my home. This way I'm not gonna find my way home. Probably just end up sleeping here. That's fine though. I don't always have to control that. I don't have to control every aspect of my life. I have the power to choose not to do anything. I have the power to choose to do everything. Don't be like Bob. Don't be like Keith. Don't be like Robert. Be you. Hold power over yourself. You could hold power over others. But it's a pain to keep it. Bob knew that. He relied on it. He relied on other people to keep him alive with his drinking. He knew eventually one day they were just gonna leave him. He'll be fine. He's always fine. He's our mayor. What can he do? Nothing wrong. He's not gonna die. Well, look what happened to him. Bob, I salute you. I don't think you were a good person. If I think you were a good person, doesn't make any sense, well, it doesn't have to. I'm not even making sense to myself right now. Oh, that might have been too many.
Alas, the drink's caught up to him. He lies on the floor, dead to the world. His story, however, lives on in this, to be heard by only a few, remembered by even less, and completely non-linear, as a man who is